In 1984, while on a study abroad program in England, I met my friends Pete and Therese. Here are some of the other birds and blokes I studied with. We had our own apartments, and here's Pete and Therese in their Islington flat. I hung out there as well in my action wedge pants, which gave me the flexibility and comfort I craved. And here we are, hanging out in Islington.
Hello? Is this on? Tap it, man. Can you tap that, see if it's on? Hello?
We are the sons of gold. We are the sons of gold.
That, of course, is Pete on guitar and me on kazoo. Joining us that day was Babs Kennedy, one of the professors from Binghamton who came to watch us drink. And here's the Earl's Court crew. They were among the students who went with us on various trips, where we climbed many a hill and walked down many a path. And I remember, I went to this place, and I went there, and I went there, and I remember taking that from the bus. That's me there. And I remember this place, because Therese really felt at home here. And we went to this house, and down the block we went to another house, and then we climbed up that hill to see that, and then we saw that. Of course, everybody saw that, even Olive. And next thing you know, I'm in a motorcycle rally in Bath. And here's my hostel in Bath, and here's a bath in Bath, and these are some mods, or perhaps rockers in Bath. And here's Therese telling a story about how a civil servant helped her when she went to see King Arthur's Round Table at Winchester Castle.
To write down some information for me, and he was all too zealous to do it. He was really a leg humper of a guy. And he had post-nasal drip. It was just pouring out of his nose. Just this water was just pouring out of his nose. And he was leaning over my paper, and it just all over it. And he's rubbing it off, going, sorry.
Get out of there.
Therese wanted me to give me the paper.
I tried to give it to John.
I didn't want to.
I was holding it by one corner. I was going, thank you very much. I didn't want to insult him. He's such a nice guy.
And then it was time to lay in a field before we all headed off to Ireland.
They call me government fucking shit. They call me government football. Dennis Fitzgerald, Charlie Hahoo, they're all shit.
He has to go now.
Oh, he has to go.
Yeah, he has to go.
Saved by Pete. Our first stop was Kinsale.
You're hearing three lads trying to make traditional Irish music. They're all out of tune, they're all wrong, but it's good stuff. We're all into it. Of course, I've got a Scottish accent, but, it can't be helped. Sorry.
There was an amazing amount of bad singing in Ireland, but there was no shame. But there were some good jokes. Here's a kid in the hostel in Kinsale.
Who invented the glass brayer?
The glass what?
Brayer.
Brayer? If we only understood what they meant. What's a brayer?
What's a brayer?
Alright, good. Just tell us who then.
Professor Seymour Titty.
Professor Seymour Titty?
We're in a hostel in Donegal at the moment. It's about 10 o'clock. And there are these three lesbians. And one was playing the violin.
And here we are on our way to Arranmore Island, where we took some time out to have a Nescafe moment.
We're here at the hostel now. And it's early morning, and we're just walking around the kitchen of the hostel, out overlooking the lake here, and it's very nice. Everybody's having a wonderful time.
And that was true. We were having a wonderful time. And I put a lot of that on the fact that the bar stayed open all night. And it was at this bar that we met Georgina.
on the looks of your
Leaving Georgina behind, we headed to Galway and Mom's tuna noodle casserole. And this is Adrian Fahey. I still remember his name. Then we hitched our way to the coastal town of Drogheda, where again, the residents felt no shame. And here are a few pictures of Edinburgh, Scotland. I include these pictures, well, this one I like, but also I want people to know that yes, there is such a place as Potato Land. And also I get to include this video of Pete.
For fuck's sake, the Scotch bonnet! Go! Go! Scotch bonnet! Go! Scotch bonnet! Peppers! Bonnet! Scotch bonnet! That's the hardest fucking pepper. Scotch bonnet? Yes! I love it. Scotch bonnet, I love it. That's bonnet. For fuck's sake, the Scotch bonnet. What's your favourite pepper? Scotch bonnet.
I laugh every time I watch it. With the semester done, we had a party on a riverboat that sailed down the Thames. Along with us were our professors. This is Don Burrows and Babs Kennedy. And joining us for our last week in London was Teresa's friend Jane. She's the nipple pincher on the left. Jane, Teresa, and I would be heading to Greece and other points European, but not before I first wooed Jane in my action wedge pants. After the wooing, we went sightseeing in London, and it's here that we're going to leave Teresa and Jane, a story that will be continued later. But for now, I'm taking Pete down memory lane, back to Hudson Street in Johnson City, where we shared this house along with his former bandmates and flatmates from his earlier time at the university. It was with these men that I reached the pinnacle of my musical career.
Top floor music. Joanne.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't a very high pinnacle, but a pinnacle nonetheless. As for Pete, he headed to Boston, where he formed his band, The Peasants, and he's been rocking there ever since. I'll let this Irish guy with no shame sum up how I feel.
That's the way I see it. Oh, how I miss you tonight. Miss you.